Mu'mineen, for the love of Janab Fatima, please, as much as you can, fill the gaps so then we can have more Mu'mineen coming in. Bar Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم صلى الله عليك يا رسول الله أحسن الله لك العزاء في ولدك الحسين السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين أحسن الله لك العزاء في ولدك الحسين السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء أحسن الله لك العزاء في ولدك الحسين السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى أحسن الله لك العزاء في أخيك الحسين السلام عليك يا صاحب الزمان أحسن الله لك العزاء في جدك الحسين السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. قال الإمام الحسين عليه السلام في يوم عاشوراء إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. Mu'mineen, we have cried over Ali al-Akbar. We have cried over Ali al-Asghar. We have cried over Qasim. We have cried over Janab Abbas. We have cried over Ibn Awsaja and Ibn Mazahir. Now today is the day where we cry over Gharib Zahra Mazloom Hussein. Many years before Ashura, Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein were having a discussion, they were having a conversation. In the middle of the conversation, Imam Hussein begins to weep and cry. Imam Hassan says to him, "Oh brother Hussein, why do you weep and cry?" Imam Hussein explains that I have foreseen the day when you will be given poison and the poison will run through your body. And then when we take out your janazah, your coffin will be fired upon with arrows. Therefore I am crying. Imam Hassan then bursts into tears and he weeps. Imam Hussein says, "Why do you weep, oh brother?" He says, "Yes, Hussein, that will happen to me. But la yawma ka yawmika ya Aba Abdullah. There will be no day like your day, oh Hussein. What will happen to you? There is no day like your day." Zainab says, "Assalamu ala al-Hussein al-Madhloom. Salam on my brother Hussein who was oppressed. Al-Maqtul, he was cut to pieces, he was killed. Al-Majruh, he was killed very mercilessly. Al-Atshan, he was killed while he was thirsty." She says, "They cut the neck of my brother from the back. Bila jurmin wala khata. He had not done anything wrong to anyone." Alladhi, O Zainab, what was the sacrifice of Hussein? She says, "Alladhi ghusluhu damuhu." His ghusl was done with his own blood. His kafan was the sand of Karbala. They say Fatimatu Zahra has been part of the journey of Aba Abdullah all the way from Medina to Karbala. They say on the night of Ashura, Aba Abdullah takes his companions. He says, come with me into Karbala. I will show each and every one of you where is the place you will fall, where is the place you will die, where is the place you will become shaheed. He shows them, he says, look, your place is here. You will fall here. You will be struck here. You will be killed here. They say, Abu Abdullah, now show us, where will you be killed? Imam Hussein takes them into Qatlagah. He shows them an area. He says, look, this is the area I am going to be killed. They say, Abu Abdullah, this area looks different. It looks like someone has come and cleaned this area. Someone has come and cleaned this area. He says, my mother Zahra, she has come and she has cleaned this area before I fall here. One of the khatibs, one of the great reciters of the Masaib, he recites his Masaib. He was famous for reciting Masaib. On one occasion, after he recites his Masaib, he goes home. And when he goes to sleep that night, Janab Zahra comes in his dream. He salutes her. But she says to him, you are not reciting the Masaib of my son properly. He says, Bibi, I'm doing my best. Tell me what is wrong with my recitation. She says, you must recite one of the most painful moments. He says, which moment? She says, you must recite the moment when Hussein comes for final farewell from Zainab. On the day of Ashura, Imam Hussein has just buried Ali al-Asghar. He has taken the blood of Ali al-Asghar on his beard. This Hussein now comes to Zainab. Hussein comes to Zainab and says, my sister, this is my final farewell. Bibi Zainab says, oh my mother's son, oh Ibn Zahra, I will not let you go. Bibi Zainab tries to delay as much as possible. However much longer she can get with Abu Abdullah, she delays. Imam Hussein says, Zainab, give me your permission, allow me to go. She says, one more thing we need to do. We need to go into the tent of Zainul Abidin. We need to go and see Imam Sajjad. Imam Hussein and Bibi Zainab enter into the tent of Imam Zainul Abidin. Zainul Abidin opens his eyes. He looks at his father, but he hardly recognizes his father. What does he see? He sees an old man, because Ali al-Akbar's death has made Hussein old. He sees a broken back, because Hazrat Abbas's death has broken the back of Hussein. He sees the beard of Imam Hussein colored with blood. He says, my father, tell me, whose blood is this on your beard? Imam Hussein replies, this is the blood of your brother Ali al-Asghar. Imam Zainul Abidin then says, then I have one question. If this is the blood of my brother, I have one question. Aina Abul Fadl al-Abbas? How is it possible that this blood is on you when my uncle Abbas is alive? Imam Hussein says, Qad Qutil, Abbas has been killed. He says, then where is my brother Ali al-Akbar? He says, Qad Qutil. He says, then where is Qasim? He says, Qad Qutil. He says, Sajjad, no matter how many people you mention, the answer is the same. They are all dead. They have all been killed. My son, it is only you and me now left in Karbala. Imam Sajjad says, Father, allow me to go out and fight. Imam says, no, your jihad is in Kufa and Sham. Your role is in Kufa and Sham. My jihad is in Karbala. Imam Hussein now goes back to Zainab. And he says, Zainab, now do you give me farewell? There was not just one farewell. There were many, many farewells. Every time Hussein took permission to go, they pulled him back inside. Kulsum would pull him. Rabab would pull him back. Zainab would pull him back. Again and again they say, the reporter says, we saw Abu Abdullah coming out of the tent and then going back inside, and coming out and then going back inside. After many, many farewells, Imam Hussein finally now has the permission. He mounts onto the horse, the Zuljana. As he mounts the horse, he tells Zuljana, let's go out into Karbala. But Zuljana is not moving. Zuljana does not move. Imam looks down. What does he see? A young girl is holding the feet of Zuljana. Sakina is holding the feet of Zuljana. He looks down, he says, my Jan, my Sakina, my dear, what is wrong? She says, Baba, how can I let you go? I let Akbar go, he never returned. Qasim went, he never returned. Whoever goes does not return. Imam Hussein says, my dear daughter, I need to go. Do you not allow me? She says, Baba, I will allow you, but one final request. He says, what is it? What can I do for you? She says, put one hand on my head and put my head on your chest and allow me to sleep on your chest. Abu Abdullah allows Sakina those final moments of rest. Sakina wakes up after a while and she looks at Abu Abdullah. He says, is there anything else I can do for you, my daughter? She says, Baba, there's one more thing. Rudduna ila harami jaddina. Baba, can you not take us back to Medina, Baba? What does Hussein tell her? That Sakina, everyone will go back to Medina, but you will never see Medina again. You will only see Kufa and then you will die in Sham. Imam now again mounts Zuljana. He begins to ride into Karbala. As he begins to ride, he hears a voice again. The voice is saying something very painful. The voice is saying, Mahlan, Mahla, ya ibn Zahra. Go slowly, O son of Zahra. He turns back. Again it is Zainab. Again Zainab is there. He says, Zainab, we have bid farewell. She said, no, there's one thing that I forgot. Imam Hussein comes down. He comes to Janab Zainab. He says, what did you forget? She says, I forgot the wasiyah of my mother Fatima. She told me, when Hussein goes for the final time, then take the neck of Hussein and kiss the neck of Hussein from me, because that is where the dagger will be put and that is where his neck will be cut. Abu Abdullah looks into the eyes of Zainab and he says, Zainab, you have reminded me of the wasiyah of our father Amirul Mu'mineen. Amirul Mu'mineen told me that when Zainab bids you farewell, take the arms of Zainab, take the hands of Zainab, because they will be chained and they will be shackled. They bid one another farewell for the final time. Abu Abdullah now mounts again onto Zuljana. Abu Abdullah rides into Karbala. Abu Abdullah unsheaths Zulfiqar. Wherever Abu Abdullah goes, he is killing people, he is defeating the enemy. No one can get near him. Whether they attack from the left, he fights. Whether they attack from the right, he fights. Umar ibn Sa'd is watching this. Umar ibn Sa'd says, we will not be able to defeat this man like this. This is the son of Haydar. This is the son of Ali. We cannot defeat him like this. They say, what do we do? He says, everybody, whatever you can find, pick it up and throw it towards Abu Abdullah. Some people, they pick up rocks and stones. Some people, they fire arrows. Some people, they throw spears. Slowly but surely, the body of Abu Abdullah is being pierced by spear and arrow and hit by rock. Still, they cannot bring him down from the horse. Then two things they say. They say two things finally brought Hussein down from the horse. The first one was a rock which was aimed at the forehead of Abu Abdullah. When this rock hits the forehead, Imam begins to shake upon the horse. He's unsteady. The second thing that finally brings him down is that the arrow of Hurmala is fired into the chest of Abu Abdullah. It hits with such force. Imam is brought down from the horse. Imam lands on the ground of Karbala, but his body does not touch the ground of Karbala, because there are so many arrows into the body of Hussein that his body remains suspended on the ground of Karbala. Imam is now on the ground. He is remembering Allah. Inna lillah, he is reciting. Ridhan biqada'ihi, tasliman li amrihi. These are the last moments of Hussein. Umar Saad says, who is now going to go and finish Hussein? No one goes. No one has the courage to go. Imam Hussein writhes on the floor. He is crawling on the floor, remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One man says, I went and I said that I will finish him. As I approached Abu Abdullah, he looked into my eyes. He said, woe be to you. Have you prayed your namaz today? I was so shocked and overcome. I dropped the knife. I said, I cannot kill this man. This man is a special man. After a time when no one was willing to come forward, an accursed individual says, I will finish Hussein. Shimr takes out his dagger and comes forward to Hussein. These are the most painful moments. In the words of Sahib Zaman, Imam Zaman says, وَشِمْرٌ جَالِسٌ عَلَى صَدْرِ الْحُسَيْنِ, that Shimr came upon the chest of Hussein. Shimr then takes out his dagger. He begins to stab the Imam repeatedly again and again. Imam is still doing the zikr of Allah. Shimr then says, there is nothing else I need to do. I need to behead this man. He takes the head of Imam. He takes his dagger. He puts the dagger to the neck of Imam Hussein. But he stops, and then he tries again, and he stops, and he tries again, and he stops. Someone asked him, Shimr, why did you not cut the neck? Why did you keep stopping? He said, every time I put the blade on the neck of Hussein, I heard the voice of a lady. This lady was saying, Waladi, Waladi, my son, Qataluka Atshana, they are killing you while you are thirsty. Shimr begins to cut the neck of Abu Abdullah. Bibi Zainab is standing on the hill and she's watching this scene. Bibi Zainab cannot take the scene. Bibi Zainab runs into the tent of Imam Zainul Abidin. The ground of Karbala begins to shake. The sky of Karbala becomes black. The winds of Karbala begin to blow. Imam Zainul Abidin says, my auntie Zainab, open the doors of the tent. Let me see what is happening. What does Zainul Abidin see? He sees a spear being raised, and on top of the spear there is the head of Abu Abdullah. There is the head of Hussein. And then he hears the cries of Jibreel. Qad qutil al-Hussein bi Karbala. Qad zubi al-Hussein bi Karbala. Ya Hussein! 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 Ya Hussein!